As I walk from Larsen House towards Hope Point, I'm following in the footsteps of men who helped define the heroic age of Antarctic exploration. This quiet headland looks out over King Edward Point, where I'm living at the moment, but it's a far more than just a scenic walk. It's where in 1922 the crew of Shackleton's final expedition, the Quest, built a cairn in memory of their leader who died here in South Georgia. Among the men who stacked these stones was a Scotsman named Thomas Frank MacLeod from Stornoway in the Isle of Lewis. MacLeod had already sailed with both Scott and Shackleton, one of the few to serve under them both. He was a seasoned seaman, a practical weather-worn islander, who could splice a rope, patch a sail and steer a boat through ice or gale. He first went south with Captain Scott's Terra Nova, then survived the Endurance ordeal. Months trapped in the Weddell Sea, drifting on ice, rowing open boats to Elephant Island, and final rescue. Shackleton himself described him as a typical old deep sea salt, the best sailor in the crew. When Shackleton set off again aboard the Quest in 1921, Tom MacLeod signed on once more. He was there when the ship reached South Georgia. And he was here at this very place when Shackleton died of a heart attack on the 5th of January 1922. It was MacLeod's idea to build a cairn on Hope Point in the boss's memory. But what few people know is that hidden inside the cairn is a sealed metal capsule. Inside that capsule is a copy of a document signed by the men of the Quest, names like Frank Wild, Frank Worsley, Alexander Macklin and Thomas F. MacLeod himself, each affirming the respect and a farewell to Shackleton. The original document is placed safely in archives, but this copy is buried here or tucked away, quietly sealed within the stones, so that part of their story will remain on South Georgia. MacLeod went on to immigrate to Canada, living out his days in Ontario. He died in 1960, the last of the Endurance sailors, but his legacy still lives here in the wind and the snow, an Outer Hebridean who helped shape the history of the South Pole. So every time I walk this path, I think of that hidden message inside the cairn, signed and sealed and left here by the men who endured the ice. The world remembers Shackleton, but it's good to remember MacLeod too, the Lewisman who came south and never truly left.